Hello, everyone. Welcome to Joe Consume Cinema. I'm your host. Those are my mother's books. And today we have another installment in the Joe Revisit series with the 1995 film Casino. Now, I absolutely love this one. De Niro, Pesci, Sharon Stone is in this, and just classic Scorsese. It's a great film. I love it. It's going to be awesome to have this one up on the channel. But before we get started, as always, please remember to blank, blank, and blank. Channel's doing really well. We have officially launched the Joe Consume Cinema Patreon. There will be a link down below. Every member of my Patreon gets a guaranteed movie request. I have the first season of The Penguin. I loved it. I have the first season of Mr. Robot. I loved it. Yeah, that's 18 reactions right there. Plus, I'm working my way through Mr. Robot, going to do the entire show as a Patreon exclusive. So, yeah, there's going to be a ton of reactions just from that. All the movie requests I'm eventually going to get, it's going to add up over time. If you consider joining my Patreon, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. With that, let's get right to the movie.
When you love someone, you've got to trust them. There's no other way. You've got to give them the key to everything that's yours.
That's how you start a film.
Before I ever ran a casino or got myself blown up, Ace Rothstein was a hell of a handicapper. Ever I bet I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country. I'm serious. I had it down so cold, given one of the biggest casinos in...
Distraction, all the eyes over there, and then they hit him with it.
They never know what hit them. Just got zapped by a cattle prod. They wish they really did have a heart attack.
There it is. That's it. Hey, no! No! No!
I'm just curious. I saw you shuffling your checks with your right hand. Can you do that with both hands?
No. Ah! 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 Ah!
Now you're gonna have to learn with your left hand. You can either have the money and the hammer, or you can walk out of here. You can't have both.
I just want to get out of here.
And don't forget to tell your friends what happens if they fuck. Rest of my life on a real long shot. We're not getting any younger. I'm trying to marry you.
You got the wrong girl.
Yeah.
Just don't have those kind of feelings for you.
Really should have listened to her. Really should have listened to her. Man, Sam doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but when he does make them, holy shit, look out.
This is the best thing I can do for my life right now.
That's right. So it's going to be okay.
James Wood is so good at playing a scumbag, because he plays one in real life.
I've been with Lester since I was a kid. I just wanted to say goodbye.
That part of your life is over with. Right?
I'd look on it as a personal favor if you'd think some more on hiring him back.
I can't do that.
Your people never will understand the way it works out here.
So if it was just one thing, he could probably deal with it just fine, but it's, the culmination of all these problems merging together. Nikki getting wild, should have never come out to Vegas. Ginger being a huge liability. Never ever should have dated her, let alone, marry her. And then finally, this incident where he stepped on some toes of the local authority, and even though he was right in the situation, it doesn't matter. They have all the political power. They're not going to give up easy. Should have just placated him with, something in the casino, and then that would have been it.
Pay taxes?
Green has to open up the books. Has to show how he got the financing. Hey, that's not good.
She was doing pretty good with her lawsuit. But before she could start counting her money.
So day to day, then you're the boss.
Well, in a sense, you could say I am the boss when Mr. Green is away.
Yeah.
Has that man even filed for his license yet?
I don't know. We have to check the files.
Rothstein,
What's the matter with you? You're gonna bury us both. I'm gonna okay you 10 to get you even, and that's it. Then you gotta get out of here before the cops and newspapers are all over you.
Remember, he's not supposed to be anywhere near a casino at all.
you're talking about a divorce, you're even asking for alimony payments.
I want to talk to Ginger. I want my kid back. I want to put on a plane immediately. You understand?
He's got $2 million in the box, am I right? Okay, you let him keep your jewels. We take the cash, and the only other thing he cares about...
I called you right here.
I just talked to him.
Oh my God, guys, that's in the fucking house!
This fucking bullshit of yours!
Ginger called me.
Yeah, she's with that cocksucker again. They got Amy. Hey, kid, what do you want?
I know.
At that point, they should be killed.
Just put Amy on a plane. Just put her on right away. Any plane to get her here right away, please.
Do you think it...
I can't fucking take it. Why should I fucking take it? That wasn't the deep part. I'm gonna fucking had it.
You want to get rid of me? Here I am. Go ahead, get rid of me.
I wanna kill you! I hate your fucking guts!
You ate my guts!
Get your money. Don't worry.
The arrangement is over.
No kidding. No kidding!
And I still get my money. Don't take it, Abe.
You're not taking
Fuck no.
I'm waking her up right now.
Damn you.
As crazy as that was, this part that's coming up is even crazier. These two belong with each other way more than her and Sam do. Equally fucked up.
Jesus, Nikki was the worst thing she could have done.
Yeah.
The little guy, he wouldn't be fucking the Jew's wife, would he? Because if he is, it's a problem.
What could I say? I knew if I gave the wrong answer, I mean Nikki, Ginger, Ace, all of them could have wound up getting killed.
No. I ain't seen anything like that.
It really is at that point.
Fuck you!
Stop it. You're drunk. You're on drugs.
I am not!
A lot easier on everybody.
If we let her get a few other things, we'll be out of your hair.
There's nothing I can do. I'd like to help, but I can't.
Legally, she can't take that stuff. Legally, she can't take that stuff. Half of everything is mine.
We managed to really fuck it all up.
All those papers seized, regardless of what they are. Here we are, little craps figures.
I'm willing to tell you whatever you want to know. I've got nothing to hide here.
As far as they know, we could have talked. Otherwise, Stoney might still be alive.
Where you going, Jagoff?
Everybody went down.
Fuck you.
Her story ends exactly like you would expect it would.
Gave her a hot dose.
Now we've come full circle right back to the beginning.
They put the dynamite under the passenger side. That model car was made with a metal plate under the driver's seat. It's the only thing that saved my life. Filming was never authorized, but I suspect I know who lit the fuse.
Billy Batts finally gets his revenge.
I mean, what's right is right. They don't give a fuck about
I love the narrator break there. It's perfect.
And that's that.
Okay, took some time just to gather my thoughts, so that was Casino. Amazing as always. Love watching this one. This time was no different. So, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Sharon Stone all do a great job. So, with Sharon Stone, obviously, you know, people watch this movie, nobody likes Ginger. They do in the very beginning, but that quickly drifts away. But yeah, I always say hate the character, but respect the actor, and she does a great job in this film and deserves some praise. Doesn't get enough of it, in my opinion, but she's really, really solid in this film. So Sam, his uncanny ability to scientifically break down gambling and really puts that to good use, starts making a lot of money, makes a lot of money for some very important people in the mob, and they take notice of him. Like they said in the movie, it's the greatest insurance policy in the world is to, you know, constantly feed those guys money. They look out for you. He's such a reliable earner for them that they decide to put him in charge of a casino, the Tangiers in Las Vegas. Just a massive money-making operation. I believe they said 100 mil annually. Now the character is, you know, super uptight, very, very anal retentive, but that's not a bad quality when you're, you know, dealing with money, honestly. I could see how it gets on other people's nerves, but his skill in that department is undeniable. There are three major pitfalls throughout the movie that are kind of Sam's fault, kind of not, but we'll go through them. The first is Nikki. You know, he wants to come out to Vegas to kind of plant his own flag and be his own boss, you know, the boss of Las Vegas. But in order to do that, he has to ruffle up a lot of feathers and cause a lot of, you know, chaos and anarchy that the bosses don't want to have anything to deal with. Like it was said before, you know, they're making so much money, they want things quiet. And Nikki's only out there as like an enforcer to protect the casino. That's it. If there's no problems, he doesn't have to do anything. But instead, he starts, you know, doing his own thing, hustling people and bank and jewelry heists. And yeah, he's bringing a lot of heat and attention to an area that they want quiet as much as possible. That's not so much Sam's fault because, you know, they have that conversation in the car. What would you think about me coming out here? And he's like, you know, very hesitant. He's trying to dissuade him without outright saying, do not come out here, because he can't do that. Nikki's a made guy. He's just, you know, a friend of ours, as they say, you know, someone who's associated but doesn't have the authority to actually boss anybody around. And he doesn't want to piss Nikki off. Even though they're friends, he knows what Nikki is and what he's capable of. So just coming out right and saying, do not come out here is not going to go over too well. Yeah, he never actually does that. You can tell very clearly in the conversation he doesn't want him to come out here because he knows the potential harm that it could do. And yeah, that one's not so much on Sam. That just kind of is Nikki the Aunt Santoro based on a real person, as horrible as he's depicted in the film. And the suspected end that he meets is, you know, along the lines of the end he meets in real life, I believe. The other one is Ginger, and that is 100% Sam's fault. So they don't even have him married marriage. It's just like a business arrangement. And, he deludes himself into thinking that over time she could fall in love with me. And it's just so, like ridiculous. Like really, really should have thought that through. Developed a relationship where they're like together, but never, officially married, because you're just asking for trouble. And, that whole situation with the key to the strong box and the $2 million and the jewels and all that shit, he could have avoided a lot of heartache had he just not done that. I understand why he set that thing up to begin with. That was strictly his kidnapping and shakedown money, which never actually happened to him. It happened to his daughter. Ginger did it. That's a very, very poor choice on his part, and he ultimately, paid the price for it. Sharon Stone did a great job portraying, the drug abuse and the downfall there, the infidelity, and by the end of the movie, you hate the character. I've actually watched a little bit of like a mini documentary on the movie, and Lefty was a lot worse than he's portrayed in this movie. Sharon Stone's character, Ginger, goes insane, partly because he's so, controlling and overbearing, but at the same time, her choice to do drugs, all that shit, and this is a couple that never should have existed. I think everybody can agree watching this. And then lastly is the juiced-in guy, the redneck who let 3 slot machines get robbed, didn't pick up on it. Ace really pissed off at him. Just the level of incompetence, he deserved to be fired. But at the same time, it gets some, high-interest people focused on the casino and pissed off at them. Like, okay, you're not going to do a favor for one of our guys. We're going to, take a closer look at what you're doing here, and you're not going to like that in the end. And when he's having that conversation with the higher-up guy, I think an accommodation should have been made. I understand Sam's position there, but yeah, it's too big of a risk, and you could have just, made this guy like a janitor or something in name only and just put him on the payroll and avoided all this mess. So I think, these 3 big problems, any one of them wouldn't be enough to, bring everything down, but all 3 of them combined with Piscano's fuck up, which is on the bosses, they put that idiot in charge. It's like, why the hell would you keep records of all the illegal activity you're doing? You're handing them the case. It's over at that point. And he knows it too, because the guy literally drops dead from a heart attack, the stress he realizes, those are my mother's books. Like, come on, dude. Other than that, I just love the style of this film. Scorsese, real heavy use of music, a lot of stones, and it just sets, the tone and the atmosphere, the bright lights of Vegas, the classic, the rise and the fall. The allure of the mob life is one of the reasons that films like these are so popular. People can, fantasize a bit about living this lifestyle, not having to work that 9 to 5, not having to take shit from anybody, and it's part of the appeal, but I love that inevitably they have the fall in the movie. In my opinion, you can't have a mob movie without the fall, because otherwise you just be glamorizing, violence and all the other shit that comes with this movie, and that should never be the message. It should always have the fall, and the mob life leads to destruction, and that part should never be censored or try and work around it. You gotta include that shit. Absolutely love this film. It's a great one. I feel like this one has a little bit more majesty because this is like a 3-hour movie, and I forgot how long it was because it's been a while since I've seen it. There's a lot going on in this film, and, it's a lot of great work. I love the use of heavy narration to explain the story. It just has a certain tone, and I like that style. It's going to be awesome having this up on the channel finally, and yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So as always, thanks for watching, and peace.